Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well guys, today we're going to do a tabletop review of the original M&P 9 Shield. Now I know that there's the Shield 2.0 that was released within the last couple of years. The truth is that if you look around, these 1.0 Shields can really be had for a very low price. I've seen them as low as $250, $260. Now they don't last long on the used market when they show up, but many times you can pick one up and they are a fantastic deal for that price. Now, I originally owned a Shield for about a year. I got a little spooked out by the trigger recall, and I just was never a big fan of the design, so I went ahead and sold it. Now that Shield was not actually part of the recall, but I decided to go ahead and move it out anyway. Recently, my stepfather loaned me his M&P Shield 1.0 just to do some range testing, to make a cleaning video, and it you know, again, fires just like what I remember from the Shield when I owned it the first time, and it is a really cool little gun. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the specifications. We'll check and make sure that the firearm is unloaded. It is. It should be. I just got done cleaning it. Okay, and we'll go ahead and dry fire. Alright, so let's get through the specifications on the Shield 1.0, and I'll hopefully give you some good information that you can use to decide if that's something you think you want to pick up. Now, retail price on these, you're looking at about $369. All this information, by the way, is coming from the Academy Sports website. So let's go through the information real quick, and then we'll do more of a hands-on. It is a semi-automatic double-action pistol. You can order a version with or without a safety, mechanical thumb safety. Striker fired with a 9-round capacity. That's 8+1 if you use the extended mag. 7+1 if you use the flush fit mag. Polymer grip, hinge trigger design, steel, white dot dovetailed sights, less than an inch thin. Let's see, we mentioned the safeties. It does have the melanite coated barrel, which is great. Magazine capacity, we know about that. Trigger pull, weight is going to be 6.5 pounds. Barrel length is 3.1 inches. It's 19 ounces dry, and I'm assuming that's with the 7+1 magazine, but I'm not 100% sure. Something that a lot of people maybe don't realize, you know, we make a big deal about the lifetime warranty on the older Taurus pistols, which has obviously changed now. The lifetime warranty on high point firearms, the lifetime warranty on the Sky pistols, which obviously need one. Yeah, on parts and labor, Smith & Wesson does cover the pistols with a lifetime warranty. I'm assuming it's regardless of the owner. The product length is 6.1 inches. Again, we mentioned the sights already. It obviously does have some ambidextrous handling to it, but you know, some of the features are more biased towards a right-hand shooter. Again, centerfire pistol. You do get the cable lock and the owner's manual in the box. So let's go ahead and bring it back and just do kind of a front to back, top to bottom, hands-on on everything about this pistol. So what do you need to know? Again, when I first got it, I really liked it for the compact feel of it, the thinness of it. I'm kind of a bigger guy, so I tend to run a more thin pistol. My daily carry is a Car CT9. Let's get that out of the way there. And by the way, the gold paint stuff, this is something that my stepdad did to the pistol himself. Okay, unfortunately, it's not something that comes from the factory. He does this to a lot of his other firearms too. Again, you got that polymer lower. So up on the top, you've got that traditional M&P series kind of fish scale pattern that they tend to put on their pistols, which is fine. It's grippy. It's very easy to charge. It does have a tight spring. So if you're somebody that has very low grip strength, or you have trouble gripping something tightly, you might want to consider the Smith & Wesson Shield Easy 380. That's designed for people that have trouble manipulating firearms with the standard springs and so on. Again, there's no serrations up on the front, so you really can't do any press checks. The sights are dovetailed, so they can be adjusted, which is great. At the range, I had no trouble at all seeing my target, and we'll show you some range footage here in just a little bit. Again, it's got a nice, good coating on. I'm assuming it's a melanite finish on the slide. Not 100% sure, but I do know that it does have a steel slide. The polymer itself, very comfortable in the hand. I've got medium-sized hands. I had no trouble getting a purchase on the gun, keeping my hands on the gun. It was a little warm out when I was shooting, so I did have some sweat going on here, but the pistol did not shift around in my hands at all. The ammunition that I fired through, it was just 115 grain Federal, so it was nothing real crazy. I don't really have any experience with anything beyond that, and also some 115 grain critical defense, I believe is what I used to run in mine. Again, I think even somebody with smaller hands should have no trouble manipulating the firearm. You can really get a good grasp on it, get a good purchase on it when you use it. Again, there's really no features here for lefties. Yeah, you're not able to reverse the magazine release either, nor is there an ambidextrous slide release. Okay. The trigger itself, it's fairly thick. It is easy to reach. I mean, there's not a lot of travel. Let's go ahead and okay, we are dry. It does fire without a magazine, by the way. It does not have a magazine disconnect on it. You've got a little bit of take up here, maybe about just a shade under a ½ inch. Hit the wall and it breaks. Okay, reset. Relatively short, say less than ½ inch, and it breaks again. You know, it's weird because I fire a lot of Glocks and I fire a lot of Tauruses. And it seems like on this one, the first time I take it to the range, you know, if it's been a while since I fired it, the trigger kind of catches me off guard when that first shot goes off. So you definitely want to train with it, especially if you're used to a longer, tougher trigger pull, something with a little more pound weight to it. It might catch you off guard when it goes off. I know it did for me the first time I fired it. Obviously, I was at the range and I was comfortable and ready to take my shot, but it just popped and I wasn't quite ready for it. So the trigger can take a little bit of getting used to, but it's not unpleasant. I mean, I think it's something that you can definitely get used to with no problems. If I did have a complaint, I would have to say it's going to be the slide lever. It's a little hard to push it up. You really got to tug on it to get the slide locked back. And I tend to do a top charge when I release the slide when I'm at the range, but if you want to push the button down, it's definitely pretty stiff. So you're going to need to make sure that you can reach it, that you can safely manipulate it. Obviously, you want to practice with it as soon as you get it. The magazines themselves are kind of a matte finish. I'm assuming they're in aluminum. They could be steel. I'm not really sure, but they are metal. They're not very thick. Replacement magazines, I want to say they run around $30, $35 if I'm not mistaken. You might want to pick up a couple of the flush fit or the extended depending on what you'd like to run. All right. It does have a captive guide rod spring when you take it apart. Magazine releases the traditional kind of that M&P style teardrop design. Magazines come right out, they go right in. I mean, overall, the construction on the pistol is very well done, even out of the box. It used to have a great finish to them. You're not going to see a lot of markings, whether it's from the factory or whether it's from previous use and handling. The finish on it and the metal used in the gun, the metallurgy is really well done. This one's had quite a few rounds put through it, and it's barely showing any kind of wear and tear. Now, there's going to be some limitations to a pistol like this. You know, in terms of accessories, you can get some compact lasers that will go on it. I don't know if there's any lights available. I don't have a light on my my daily carry pistol. I like to keep it as simple as possible. I tend to carry a separate flashlight if I'm going to be in any kind of a situation like that. So you don't have any kind of a rail to mount it, but there are some Viridian lasers, I believe, or Crimson Trace lasers that will snap on the front that give you that that laser capability. But I mean, overall, you know, if you could pick one of these up used, given the lifetime warranty, and if the barrel looks decent, man, I'd say go ahead and get one. I mean, if you can pick one up for under $300, I know many times you find these around the holidays. I know the 1.0s were really marked down heavily during Black Friday of 2017. And I think I was seeing them for like $299 if I'm not mistaken. They're a real good deal. Of course, you're looking at, you know, possibly shipping and maybe sales tax and a transfer fee, but still, you're getting a lot of good gun for the money. Let's go ahead and take a look at my my accuracy. We'll just go ahead and bring up some of the target footage from when I was shooting. I did 5, 10, 15, and 20 yards. At 5 and 10 yards, I mean, my accuracy was great. I was looking at like a 1-inch group. Again, these were just the first shots with the pistol, and I hadn't fired a shield in years. And, you know, I did fine with it. I mean, I was really comfortable with it. As I started to go back, accuracy started to decrease. You know, the gun's just a little bit snappy in the hand, but it's not unbearable. If you practice with it enough, you can get good with it. You know, I didn't do any rapid fire shooting, just some basic shooting. I shot some steel targets. You know, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a great little gun to shoot, and it might make, say, a nice purse carry for somebody, or just a simple daily carry pistol for you. I think you can get by on it. You know, other limitations you might be looking at are going to be capacity. 8+1, I mean, you definitely want to make sure that you carry a second mag with you. Of course, from what I've read, most defensive firing situations happen with 2 shots or less, and the issue is over with. So, you know, it's kind of up to you. My car CT9 has 8+1. I carry that in a spare mag, and I feel comfortable with 17 rounds, okay? But it just kind of depends on what you want to do. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a comfortable, lightweight, easy to conceal pistol. I had a great time shooting it at the range, so I'd like to thank my stepdad for loaning it to me. Easy to take apart and clean up. There's a cleanup video that's already been posted on my channel if you want to watch how to take this apart and clean it. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's a very simple, easy to maintain gun. It might make a nice first pistol for somebody who just wants something simple and easy to operate. Now, I don't recommend you get the gun with the thumb safety, but that's entirely up to you. You know, the thing is, when I bought mine, it did have the thumb safety because it was one of the first shields to come out. Not a very first run, but a little bit into the run. And I'm not really big on having safeties on my carry guns, but you can get them if you want them. Obviously not ambidextrous. I believe there's also a flat dark earth frame you can get. I don't know if that's just the 2.0 or the 1.0, but it's definitely out there if you want kind of that dual color look to your pistol, you can have that too. So again, texture on the grip, not overly aggressive. It's okay. I know it's better on the 2.0s. A lot of guys put Talon grips on these, or Hogue overmolded grips, or some guys even do their own stippling jobs on these too. I didn't notice the gun moving around a lot, but I could see it moving if you're shooting out in excessive heat, dealing with a lot of moisture, blood, and so on. It's probably going to shift around on your hands a little bit. Again, it's very smooth up here, not very aggressive. So just keep that in mind when it comes to shooting it. But again, if you can pick one up used, I think they're a great deal on the used market. Do look into getting one, especially with that lifetime warranty. So guys, that is it. I want to thank you for joining me today. This is my quick tabletop review of the M&P 9 Shield, Smith & Wesson Shield 1.0. It's almost kind of quickly becoming a classic because it's been out for so long. Guys, if you like what you see, please like or subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, guntube.org, gunchannels.com, Gunstreamer, and UGEtube, as well as everywhere else. So guys, that's pretty much it. Again, I want you to always practice great firearm safety. I want you guys to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.